All right, here we are. It is another episode of WrestleChats. Welcome on in, guys. I'm here with Ray. Ray, how are you?
I'm fantastic, brother, and how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for this one.
Good.
We're doing a bit of a random one here today. We're going to talk about our favourites in certain categories. So we've got three categories. Best powerhouse superstar. Let's do men and women for all of these. I'm
Okay.
going to put you on the spot.
You have put me on the spot there, Sharpy.
So
All right.
best powerhouse superstar,
Yes.
men and women.
Yes.
Best high flyer, men
Yes.
and women, and then best show man and show woman, as in
Okay.
entertainers and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool,
So
cool.
let's start with powerhouse superstars. Let's start with the men. I want you to go first.
Straight off the bat there, best powerhouse, I think, ever, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I think
How
if-
strong this man was just crazy.
Strong and explosive. too,
Explosive
like,
as well.
Quick,
I mean,
could chuck up anybody.
Yeah, freak of an athlete. How many times have we seen him just like a superstar's laying on the ground, he'll walk over and stand on top of them, grab them by their belt or the back of the pants, pick them up, catch them in midair, and then just suplex City all over again. You're just like, how can a fully grown man pick up another fully grown man with one arm and just lift him and then grab him and then suplex him? That is like strength.
There's a
beyond
thing I remember where
imagination.
Charles Robinson was on the ground. He just picks him up by his belt, lifts him up, and like moves him out the way. I
And
was
with
like,
ease
wow,
as well. I remember
dude.
seeing that, you know, like just moves him. It's
Scary.
crazy. To be able to pick up another human being that easy is just, yeah. absolutely
He's
incredible.
definitely my number one as well, so you've pinched him from me.
Yeah,
I think I have to go with the backup. I'll go probably Batista, I think, back in the day, like
cool,
2006, 2007,
The
Batista.
animal, yes.
You could do like Mark Henry and Big Show as well, but I think they're just powerhouses because they were just so big.
Such big
I think
men in
Batista
general.
earned the powerhouse by like just his Batista bomb and some of the moves that he could do. He was a lot like Lesnar, very agile for his
Yeah.
size.
Yep.
Not as agile as Lesnar, but I think Batista and the matches that he had from, let's say, 2005 when he finally won a world title through to 2010 when he left, I think that was peak Batista. 2007 matches against The Undertaker were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I would go powerhouse Batista as my backup choice.
I love that one. I just sort of want to throw in there and say I thought Powerhouse Batista, when he had hair, was a very...
When he had hair,
When he had
I
hair.
agree. And he had less tattoos and more of a
And
tan.
the little...
Yeah.
that was my favourite.
The little soul patch strip, the little dark bit there, yeah.
So, Powerhouse women, let's move on to that. Sharpy, you can start us off there, mate.
I'm going to go Beth Phoenix as my number
wow,
one.
good one.
It was two, but I'll see
Yeah.
who you say for your second one.
Well, I'm just going to say China. I'm
All right,
gonna say
perfect,
China.
perfect.
Yeah, China just had the image, had the look. Went against
The size.
males. Yeah,
Huge.
size. Went against males, threw the males around like they're nothing. Could gorilla press like anyone pretty much. Like China for that era or that time, yep. Best powerhouse.
Yeah,
that it could
realistically,
be,
you could probably say Rhea Ripley and China for the two best powerhouse women. But
Which
I think
is a
Phoenix
dream.
as well for the time that she came in. Her size, she was so big and she could just chuck them all around quite easily. It was fun to watch.
Her finishing move where she just like held him up as well.
yeah, and
and
then,
at
like,
times could
slammed
just
him back
easily
down.
hold him up and then just boom. That was cool to watch,
Great move.
yeah.
Also, Victoria, I thought back in the day was
Yes.
quite powerhouse-like
Yeah,
too.
Good call, good call.
She was very enjoyable to watch too. But I do like your choice. China, I think, is probably the number one. She was extremely strong. Let's move on to high flyers, men and women. Let's go with the men first. I'd like to hear yours first.
Well, actually, I started off last time.
Okay,
so I'm
okay.
throwing that straight back
Well, I
over
think
to you, Sharpy.
I think again sometimes longevity has a lot to do with it, and I think Jeff Hardy for his longevity,
Oh, good
the
answer.
stunts that he's taken, the injuries that he's had. I think, yeah, longevity for me. It's been nearly 20, almost 30 years he's been at the top of his game. Jeff Hardy for me, just the ladder matches, the TLCs, the constant high-flying risks that he's taken.
Loves jumping off the top of the ladders for some
Yeah,
reason, you
yeah.
know? Just, you climb a ladder, you're meant to get somewhere. He doesn't. He just jumps
Jumps off onto
like-
somebody.
Yeah. Nah,
Crazy.
good answer. Good
Crazy.
answer. For me, I'm going to go sort of more modern day era, and I'm going to say, even though he's not with the company anymore, Ricochet. I love Ricochet. I remember there was a ladder match. Don't quote me if it was a Money in the Bank or just in general ladder match. But I know he was at the top of the ladder. He got tipped over. He actually bounced off of the top
Yes.
rope very easily and then sprung
Yes.
off onto
good.
the rest of the superstars as well. For me, I was just like, wow, this man could do it all. How agile he was. He looked like at times he didn't even have a spine of how well he could move. Pull it off like moonsault backflips just out of nowhere. Ah, dude. So good, man.
I agree with that.
So good.
That's a great show.
It's a pity that the man didn't get enough of a push in WWE, but I do understand the path that he did go down to. Still did quite a lot. Still had a match with Brock Lesnar.
You had a WWE
still
title shot.
superstarred a lot. That he did, but unfortunately just didn't get that final push that he needed.
I just don't think
But
he has the
still one of
promo
those high
skills
fives.
as well. He
point.
talks and it's hard sometimes to listen to what he's saying.
Get along to it. Yeah, I'm with you. But still, he would be my number one pick. For female, straight over to you, Sharpy. What are you thinking?
High-flying female, Lita.
He stole mine. He stole mine.
Lita absolutely would be my number one. She could wrestle almost that luchador style better than half of the dudes back in the 90s. The stuff that she was doing, the Haka Runners, just phenomenal. Just a great wrestler, and the stuff. And the way she was trained and brought up in that environment, she was brought up in a harsh training environment, and it showed. She put on some absolute banger matches back in the day. And she was wrestling dudes as well. She could wrestle. I think she wrestled Man of 1,000 Holds. What's his name? Tell me your pick while I think of him.
Well, I'm actually going to steal your one too, Sharpy, and say Lita. So I think you can agree with me
Dean
here.
Malenko. She had a feud with him.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
So I think you'd agree with me here that Lita's backflip, it started off like a
Moonsault.
whole generation of women being able to be high flyers or top rope or anything like that. Leading up to Lita, I wouldn't say that women were very experienced at coming off the top rope quite
Correct.
well.
Yep.
When Lita just made it look so easy to be such a dangerous move too. You could easily just land on your head or land on your neck. She just pulled it off very, very well. And only for her generation and her era, she did bring in quite a different look as well of what we're
with
doing
tattoos, coloured hair. She was definitely different. Punk.
Yeah.
That punk style.
It was really, really good.
And I know everyone that grew up at our age, around 13, 14, loved Lita a lot. Let's move on to best show, man and woman. I'll go first again then if you want.
Please.
Probably the best entertainer I've seen all round in WWE, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, great answer.
Yeah, that's my number one pick for
Heartbreak
the men.
Kid.
Yeah, just like the selling, the showmanship, just the way he'd go to the ring, his flamboyancy, being comfortable in himself. He would wear stuff that no one normally would wear.
The chainmail.
The chain, the mirrors, the sunnies that he used to wear to the ring back in the day, just the stuff that he could... as he got older, he got less flamboyant, but back in the mid-90s and early 2000s, he was very, very good with that sort of thing. I really, really... and just the way he worked, the way he sold, everything was just top to bottom, A+.
I think it's fair to say that he might have had a little bit of help in his confidence on what he was doing sometimes when he was coming down to the ring. Maybe a little bit of influence there that would have helped him be
Potentially.
who he was.
Potentially.
But so I'm going to chip in
the first
mine.
half, anyway.
Yeah. So I'm going to chip in mine. Once again, I'm going to go to a bit more modern, and I'm going to say my number one entertainer / all-rounder, The Miz. I
Great
just think
choice.
The Miz he's the whole package. He does everything. He has headlined WrestleMania. He has done Dancing with the Stars. The only thing the bloke can't do is basically sing. He does all of those types of things. You put a microphone in front of him, he may pause for 20 seconds and then just give you a promo that would just be like, wow, Miz TV. To me, The Miz is just awesome.
He is awesome. He's had a great career. And I think coming from his background in reality TV shows, a lot of people wrote him off. And he just came out, and he obviously was a diehard wrestling fan from the get-go, and it just showed because his commitment was through the roof. Probably one of the hardest workers the company's ever had, probably besides like a Cena and other guys that were top guys. Miz has always been one of the hardest workers behind the scenes, I think. So I love him. I've always loved him. I think that he is super underrated, and I'm glad you said his name.
Yeah,
I think
for sure. He does deserve to get his flowers in what he's doing. I know Cena pushes him, the GOAT himself, pushes him a lot for what Miz is doing later on in many, many years to come, which Cena will still be with the company. He is a Hall of Fame to me. For so many reasons, it's not even funny. Women's. Touch on the women's if you want to, Sharpy.
Entertainer. That's tough.
So I've got mine if I can interrupt
Go for
you.
it.
Yep. So once again, a modern day era if I can, please. Naomi. So
Wow.
Naomi's Feel the Glow entrance, I think it sort of just says it all. She comes out, she entertains the crowd. Her attire, her move set, she's so athletic.
So athletic.
So athletic for everything she does.
She's got hops, that's for sure.
And just being with the crowds and everything like that. Just, her entrance is as you get in there and feel the glow. The shoes, the attire, the hair nowadays too. She's just an all-rounder for me to be an entertainer. not as much as what The Miz brings, but as in WWE terms, as entertainer, yeah,
she also
she's
does
up
it in
there
like
with
her
me.
own way, and I think the Feel the Glow thing is just like such a unique, perfect idea. I think Jeff Hardy was the last one to do it when he'd have the lights go out and he'd have that sort of thing.
Yep.
But she was like, she brought a whole new game to it. I loved it. I think that's
And that was her idea as well. So if you guys haven't seen the backstage segment, she did say at one stage that she brought the idea forward to WWE, the entrance, the attire, the whole shooting match, and made it play out for the big wigs, I'm just going to call them that, the bosses at the time, for them to watch. Bang, they loved it. That's where it was.
We're going to go with my best show woman of all time. And you might want to block your ears here, brother, because she's the reigning, defending, undisputed Women's United States Champion. And her name is Chelsea Green!
Chelsea Green.
She embodies entertainment, in my opinion.
She's doing a fantastic
She
job,
is
man.
phenomenal. She's hilarious. She's not afraid to take the piss out of herself. But at the moment, she's been doing some phenomenal wrestling work too. And I think that in terms of being entertaining with her visuals, her the way her body language is just fantastic. She is the epitome of an entertainer, and I love everything that she does.
I think with Chelsea, so they probably teach you in WWE that every moment that you have in front of the camera matters,
Yep.
or every moment that you have in front of an audience matters. And to me, Chelsea Green is just like, she embodies that 100%. Everything that she does is just holds your attention, whether you like her or you hate her, whether you like her attire, you hate her attire, whether you hate her, the way people say her name because they just say it so annoyingly every single time. She is what you're meant to be as a superstar in front of a camera. So props to Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
Great
I love her.
answer,
She's
Sharpy.
fantastic. I think
Great
that
answer.
I think the US title is a genuine reward for everything they give her. She turns it into actual gold, and I think that it's about time that she got some recognition. I'm glad she has. I'm glad she's got that US title.
Sure.
And
Trust the process, trust
Yeah.
the trips,
Keep working
and
hard.
it'll
Yeah.
pay off. And it did pay off for Chelsea, says it all.
Super happy for
Well
her.
done, good answer.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching. If you've got any more categories that you'd like us to go through in the future, chuck them in the comments below, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. It should be a bunch of fun. I like the idea of just doing like 3 and then doing one each,
pretty good, yeah.
and then listing off our favourites. So if you've got any
was
category ideas, this is just something we thought of on the fly. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll get to them in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Peace.